Hi, how are you? Good morning.
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you so much for asking. And how about you?
I'm also doing good. Thank you so much for asking. Right. Okay, so this is my first session with you, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Okay, that's great. So could you tell me a little about yourself so that I can know you a little better?
Yes, of course. My name is Ashutosh Dwivedi, and I'm speaking to you from Kanpur city of Uttar Pradesh. And about my education, I have pursued my degree, that is BCom Honors Accounting from Banaras Hindu University. And now I'm pursuing my master's, that is Masters of Arts in English Literature. Apart from this, I'm running a YouTube channel which is based on spoken English conversations. And my YouTube channel name is Ashu Official 2021. That's all about me. Thank you.
Great. So I'm just curious. So you did your bachelor's in commerce, you said BCom, right? And then you shifted
Yes.
to masters in arts with English. So why this change? What made you go
Yeah,
towards
I was very interested in accounting and I wanted to see myself as a chartered accountant.
Mhm.
And but in COVID-19, when I came back to my hometown, I lost my interest in professional subjects and I
Okay.
started working on my communication skills in spoken English. That's why I thought to give it a try for Masters of Arts in English Literature. So that's
Right.
why.
That's great. So are you liking this, new subject, new field?
Yes, of course. Basically, I would like to go forward in spoken English, and I would like to see myself as a good podcast host, public
Wow.
speaker, or a spoken English coach. So I'm
Very
not
good.
more into degree or theories because literature is all about written stuff. But when it
Right.
comes to the spoken English, it is all about the practical, how much
Practice.
you are able to interact with the people. So,
Right.
so yes, I'm doing that for the degree, but along with that, I'm interacting the people as much as I can.
Right, that's wonderful. That's really, really nice. Now, I'll obviously go into the difficulties that you're facing, that you might be facing in your communication skills or whatever it is. But before that, I'll give you a very, very short introduction of myself. So, I'm Ananya. I'm originally from West Bengal, Kolkata, and I have just completed my post graduation in English from JNU. So I was in Delhi for quite some time now, and I'll be, I want to start my PhD from next year. So I'm also very, very fond of English. That's why I asked you the question that, why do you want to do this, or why do you why are you here in this new field, or what you're liking about the new field per se. So yeah, I am also very fond of English, of literature in general, and I have also been working as a communication expert and an English language teacher since the last 5 years, and that's how we have met and how I'm in front of you right now.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, yes, right. Now, yes, Ashutosh, what problems are you facing when it comes to speaking in English? Is there any problem, or is it just, you practicing out whatever skills you have?
Yeah, there are a few problems which I feel like I got the feedbacks from other tutors that I'm not able to make difference between S and SS sound. Sometimes I commit
Okay,
that mistake. And
okay,
apart from this, I am trying to polish my skills as much as I can because the confidence I will be able to build by interacting with the people. So that's
right,
why I would like to do more and more conversations with the professionals so I can get the good personal feedback and I
right.
can improve myself, my facial expressions, my body language, hand gestures, and of course the way of expressing things as well. So
Right, right. That's a really, really nice goal. So you are not a beginner by any, means. So you are in the more, not even intermediate. I think you are in the advanced level right now. So obviously that's why you also want to focus on expressions, facial gestures, which we focus on in the advanced level. So that's really nice, and I'll also, keep a lookout for that. If I can help you out a little with your expressions or whatever it is. But the beginners obviously make more mistakes with grammar or basics, spoken elements. So I don't think I'll find a lot of that in you, but still I have a copy over here. So I'll make notes of any mistake that you might make. Or if you don't, that's great. I can just give you some general feedback on how you performed and how you can make yourself better. Obviously, in these areas, in expressions or whatever it is. Okay. All right.
yes.
Right. So before we start, do you have any question?
Yeah, I don't have any question. We can talk about the topic of the day.
Okay, right. That's great. So did you have some time to go over the topic for the day?
Yes, I had
No.
gone through the topic and it was all about sleep.
Very good. Right. It is about sleep. So now, my first question to you on the topic would be, how many hours of sleep do you generally need per night?
I need, according to the scientists and the doctors also, they say like at least we need the 6 to 8 hours, and it depends on our age also.
Hmm.
So I'm in my 20s, so I at least need 6 to 8 hours, and it depends on the routine of a person also. If they are working too much, if they're working for 10 hours, 12 hours, and they'll have to leave so very far from their home. So that's how it depends. For me, I'm just, living here in the city, so I don't have to go anywhere. I do everything online. I am running my YouTube channel, so that's what I do. And apart from this, I'm conducting sessions for my students as well, so I don't have to go anywhere.
Right.
Generally, I take sleep for, I must say, this 7 to 8 hours.
Right. Right. Okay. That's great. So, like, do you think 7 to 8 hours is the average, like, should be the average sleeping time for everyone, or do you think some people should sleep a little more? If you think so, which people do you think should sleep a little more, or do you think people can also do with like 4 or 5 hours of sleep?
Yeah, it depends, on your body, like that, because
Yeah.
how body demand. Yeah, and of course, it is all about, as I already said, if I talk about physical workers who are
Yeah.
working
Yeah.
really hard in the
Yeah.
field, they need more because
Yeah.
their body is tired and exhausted at the end of the day. But for
Hmm.
we people, we don't need the sleep of 10 hours, 12 hours, and it's fine if we can take 5 to 6 hours also, it's okay. But why I take more sleep, because I'm spending a lot of time on a screen. Okay, so that's why
Right.
if I will wake up and if I'll sleep for 4 to 5 hours, I will feel a little headache. So I don't want to
Hmm.
feel. I would like to wake up feeling fresh in the morning.
Right.
So
Right.
that's what the thing is. So it depends on your work also, which kind of work you do.
Hmm.
If you're not spending a lot of time on a screen, you can sleep for 5 to 6 hours. That if your
Yeah.
work is not that much tiring, and if you're not spending a lot of time on a screen, then it's fine if you're sleeping for 6 hours. So of some people, they are able to reduce their sleeping hours by meditating, by chanting, and by doing a
Hmm.
lot of spiritual activities. And they say if you are doing such kind of activities, so it is giving kind of rest to your mind, so you
Hmm.
don't need a lot of sleep. Because as I
Right.
heard, just from Sadhguru, so he's not taking a lot of sleep nowadays. He does, but he used to sleep for only 3 to 4 hours, and he was able to manage it because he was doing a lot of yoga and stuff. So it
Hmm.
depends, like which kind of
Right.
activities you are involved in.
Right, right. Absolutely, absolutely. That's a very good way of putting it. But you talked about screen time, right? So I'm curious to know, like, how do you manage your screen time and your sleep schedule? As in, do you watch your phone or any other, gadgets before sleeping, or do you have this strict policy of not bringing your phone to the bed or something like that?
No, I don't have this strict policy because I'm conducting sessions for my students in the evening. So even though before going to bed, I'm checking out I'm getting time, so I'm checking a few things. But in the morning, I avoid using phone. But sometimes
Hmm.
nowadays it is becoming a little bit more important for me that I have any session. Basically, if what I'm doing, I'm booking a session like in the evening. Like yesterday, I did about English Yaari. So
Right.
I was aware that I have a session at 10:30. But few sessions from other platforms, they are
Yeah.
informing me that will you be available at this time. So
Okay.
after waking up, I'll have to check the text that have they sent me the text. Or sometimes the people, they want to do the collaboration and they are texting me that would you
Hmm.
be available at 10 or 9.
Hmm.
So I'll have to
Hmm.
get ready according to those texts, right? Because
Hmm.
I'm doing a lot of videos with people. So
Hmm.
I used to avoid using phone in the morning, but nowadays I'm checking those emails or text. That's what I do. But after that, what I do, I'm taking shower and I do worship. So it takes almost hour and a half. So that is the time where I'm not using phone. Okay. So after
Right.
completing all the worship and things and the breakfast, then I come back on in screen or on my diary.
Right.
I maintain what I'll have to do throughout the day. That's how I manage. So in the morning, I can say that I'm not using phone after waking up too much,
Hmm.
and yeah, that's what I will say. But in the evening,
Right.
I do.
Right, right. That's a good way, of maintaining screen time as much as possible. But what's your general, what's the last thing that you generally do before going to sleep? Like many people read books, or some people also watch movies. Not recommended, but they still do. So what is your thing? What do you do before you go to sleep?
Yeah, I tried many times like reading books, but I basically, to be honest, I'm not a bookworm kind of guy. I don't read books a lot. I do, but not too much. I don't have habit to read book before sleeping.
Hmm.
Sometimes I do,
Hmm.
but most of the time, what I'm doing, checking out the phone. I don't like spend a lot of time on social media like Instagram or Facebook, but
Right.
on YouTube. I would like to watch some videos which are good to my profession or which are related to
Hmm.
English or related to some news and stuff. So that's what I do before going to sleep. Or sometimes nowadays I'm living with one of my friends, so
Hmm.
we talk with each other for a few minutes and then we sleep.
Right, right, right. That's great. Now, how early do you wake up in the morning? So, if you are a morning riser, what is generally your experience of waking up in the morning? Do you take 5 minutes for yourself? Do you have this routine for exercising? How do you start your mornings if you are an early riser, basically?
So basically, I'm not an early bird, and even though I'm
Mm-hmm.
not an like night owl, not a night owl, so I
Right.
don't sleep very late. I try my best to sleep at almost 10 or 11. Sometimes I do schedule the videos or edit the stuff, so
Hmm.
it takes little longer. But apart from
Right.
this, I try sleeping at 10 or 11,
Hmm.
and it depends on my schedule as well. It depends on my sessions. Like few months ago, I used to take session till 11. I used to conduct
Right.
session for my students till 11, 11:30. So I used to go my bed at 12 or something, like at least at midnight. So but nowadays I'm waking up at 6, almost most of
Mhm.
the time at 6. And after, I don't take a lot of time, like I'm just rubbing my like eyes. People do, they are sitting like sleeping on their bed. I'm not like that. So I just wake up, and I'll wake up within few minutes. I'll be active, and morning activities. Yeah, I feel very bad about myself that I don't go out and I don't do exercises. That's not good
Right.
for my health. But what I
Right.
do, I'll have to wake up, as I already told you. I'll go out for the breakfast, little
Hmm.
bit walking, like you can say, and I'll go for the
Yeah.
breakfast. Nowadays, I'm eating sprouts. Okay,
Okay.
and after coming back from there, I will take shower and I'll do my worship. Then I'll start my day. That's how I do.
Okay. So by when does your day generally begin after this shower and worship? By when?
Day almost at 9 and 10. You can say that.
No. Okay. Okay.
Because I
That's
am,
pretty
as
good.
I told you, that I'm waking up at 6. Then I'll go
Yeah.
out with my friend. At it will take maybe 7. I'll be back after doing my
Mm-hmm.
breakfast because it takes time to chew those sprouts. And I'll be back.
Yes.
And after that, I will plan to. I'm living in a place where a lot of students are living. So sometimes bathroom is not free. So it takes time to just, when
Hmm.
bathroom is vacant, then I go there and I take shower. And after taking shower, I'll do worship. And in worship, it takes almost an hour because I do chanting. So
Okay.
chanting, it takes time. And after doing chanting, I just, after finishing everything, then I come back and I check all those things.
All right, that's great. Okay, so now, have you had any experience since you also say that you live with a friend, or maybe in the past as well, you have lived with since you were in BHU, and you might have had some hostel experience as well. So, have you had any experience with your sleep being disturbed due to snoring, due to someone else snoring?
Yes, fortunately, I had good friends, and I had a
Okay.
roommate who had no habit of snoring. But what happened, for a few days, he was on leave. So one,
Mhm.
friend of mine who was living next to me, and he asked me to, sleep next to me or just in the same room. So, but it was very difficult for me. He used to snore, and he was I used to feel terrible. Oh my goodness, it was very difficult for me to adjust with him because he used to snore at 3, 4, 2. So it was
Yeah.
disturbing my sleep. But
Right.
like I was a student of Navodaya Vidyalaya as well. I
Mhm.
used to live there and I spent almost 7 years there. But I had
Okay.
no friends who were snoring there. But in BHU, I had experienced that for only few days. But my roommate was so good and he was not snoring, so I had no problem.
Right, that's great. Okay, now, some people also generally, talk in their sleep or sometimes walk in their sleep. Have you had any experience with any of that?
Yes, when I was in Navodaya, there was a guy like who used to
Hmm.
live in the front of me. Sometimes
Okay.
he used to talk, and
Okay.
sometimes he used to talk while sleeping, and sometimes he will directly wake up and maybe he
Hmm.
will run. Like we used to think like what happened. So such kind of activities, sometimes they were mumbling, sometimes they were talking, and when we will ask them in the morning, they will say no, I was not doing anything. Sometimes what my friends they used to do, maybe they used to watch IPL in the evening, and then they used to talk like, oh Virat, why are you not playing so good, and why this inning is not so good, or something like
Hmm.
that. So yeah,
Right.
such kind of habits. Even though when I go back to my hometown, sometimes my mom does that. Sometimes when I'm sleeping next to my mom, so she will be talking something, or she will speak out loud. Then I will just say, I will wake her up, that mom, don't do it. Then maybe like I was speaking or something. Yes. So
Right, right. Yeah, that happens a lot. Right. Okay. Now, I think my last question would be, I will give you a sentence and you can just tell me your experience and views on it. Though you have kind of mentioned several points related to this, particular statement before, but still, if I have to give you a sentence, like, do you think sleep generally recharges our body and mind? What's your opinion on this, or what are your experiences or views?
yes, it does. Of course, like when it comes to our body, like physically, we need rest because we
Hmm.
can't work 24/7. We can't work
Hmm.
in a that way. Every machinery needs rest. In the same way,
Hmm.
our body needs rest. When it comes to mind, it depends. Few people, even though they are sleeping, they are not able to get the peace of their mind. So, as already you said, if you avoid using phone in the
Hmm.
last time, or if you will read some stuff, it will be good for you. Like when you will sleep, it will be a good
Hmm.
rest for your mind. So a
Right.
lot of people who do yoga and meditation, they are able to get a good peace of their mind.
Hmm.
They don't get a lot of thoughts in their mind, but generally we people get a lot of thoughts in our mind while sleeping also. So I can't say for sure that if you will sleep for 10 hours, that will be a good thing for your mind as well, because it is not sure. Maybe at that point of time also you must be thinking something, or your
Hmm.
mind must be working. So you can't say for sure that your mind is also getting the peace while you are taking sleep, but for the
Right.
body, for sure you'll be getting rest. So that
Right.
will recharge your body to come back again.
Right. That's a very good way of putting it. So yeah, that was all from my side. All the questions that I had for the day. You were a fantastic speaker, and you gave some really really good answers. All your answers seem to have a lot of examples, which is a very good sign, or a sign of a good speaker, when elucidate your experiences or your opinions with examples. That is a really really good way of speaking. And like, when I was in college or school and I was in the debating society, this was something that we were taught, that you have to give examples when you are talking about your own opinions, because your opinions otherwise do not matter. So you have that sense of giving the correct illustrations or correct examples. That's a very good sign. That is one. Another thing is, as I said, that you are in by no means a beginner. You are quite an advanced level speaker, so that's very good. I could not find a lot of mistakes in your speech. I have found some here and there, which I'll mention, but it's like we all make mistakes like this. This do not count. I'm pretty sure if someone kind of asks me to speak like this, I'll probably also make mistakes here and there. So your mistakes are not like in any way reflective of the fact that you're a bad speaker or anything. Nothing, just some stray mistakes here and there, but I'll obviously mention those. But before that, I did not find a lot of what do I say, I won't say, but any fault with your expressions or anything. I found that everything was on point. You were giving enough pauses, or the spaces in between speaking. But because what happens is people just jump from one sentence to another without giving pauses for the full stop or the comma or other punctuations, right? But you did not do that. You had pauses, and your speech was very clear and concise. Like, I did not find a difficulty in understanding the words or understanding any expression that you were using. Okay, so good job on that. These are all good sides, as you can understand, and I want you to kind of keep practicing those and keep holding on to those. All right. Okay, but now,
Okay.
some, as I said, stray mistakes that you are making here and there. When I say, you'll understand, mostly that, whatever you were saying, maybe because of the speed that you are speaking in, this were happening, but that's fine. Okay, so at the very beginning, when you were introducing yourself, you said, I am from Kanpur city, Uttar Pradesh, right? So when you are saying I am from Kanpur city, either you say I am from the city of Kanpur, or you say I am from Kanpur. Okay, you don't have to say from Kanpur
Mhm.
city. Like, I'll not say I am from Kolkata city. I either say I am from the city of Kolkata, or I am from Kolkata. Okay, any of those.
Mhm.
Okay, that is one. Then you said one thing, that you said, I take sleep for 6 to 8 hours. We generally do not take sleep. Okay, take has this connotation of taking something, taking pills, taking whatever it is. So you can say I sleep, or sleep is enough, because sleep in itself is a verb. Okay, or I take rest is still fine, but take sleep is technically, I mean, it's not incorrect per se as well, but it's better to not say that. Okay.
It's not appropriate
Yeah,
that
yeah,
much.
yeah, it's an
Mhm.
expression you can avoid. Then this is something that happens with a lot of us. You said their body is tired. Now whenever you are using their, it's always better to say bodies, because when you say their body, that would mean, for example, their body, one body, there, but one body, their body is tired,
Mhm.
but there's to have two bodies, right? So you have to say their bodies are tired. Because if you say their,
Mhm.
like, if I say our marriage, that would mean that, I'm talking about someone and myself, and our marriage, we got married together. But if I say our
Mhm.
marriages, that would mean he or she had a different marriage, I had a different marriage. Okay, so this is very
Mhm.
important when we are using the pronoun there, or we, or our. Then you said, I don't have habit of reading books. So I don't have the habit of reading books. This is a particular habit. So you have to focus a little on the preposition, not preposition, sorry, article the, because you are making some mistakes related to this. So I want you to focus a little
Mhm.
on that. Like, for example, another thing. Okay, have I written it down? Some things, sometimes I can't read my own handwriting, but anyway, so you were making some mistakes with, putting the in front of go to, somewhere you said go to the something, so you miss that the. Okay, so
Mhm.
make sure that, or ensure that you do not miss the does. I have not written everything down, but this was one thing that was happening sometimes, so be careful about that. Another time, you said they want to do the collaboration. Now here the is not suitably placed, because the would be in one collaboration, and you're talking about several
Mhm.
collaborations that are coming up, so you can say they want to do collaborations, okay, instead of the collaboration. Okay, that is one. Then you said that ask me to sleep next to me. This is a faulty construction. You can say ask to sleep next to me, or ask me if he
Mhm.
can sleep next to me. Okay, that is one.
Mhm.
Then you said these videos that are good to my profession, good for my profession. Okay,
Mhm.
whenever something is good for us, we say for. And one last thing would be when you are talking about, the incident of where your friend was, sleeping next to you, and talking, or doing all these gestures of speaking to Virat Kohli or whatever. You were speaking in the past, but then you were saying he will wake up and he will talk. So whenever we are talking about the past and we need to use words like will, it would turn into would. So something that
Mhm.
was supposed to be in the future, but that has already happened. So he was sleeping,
Mhm.
but he would wake up in the next day. He has already woken up. You have seen what he does. But what you are talking about is he
Mhm.
was sleeping. So he would wake up, not he will, because will mean something that is in the future that you also still don't know. Okay.
Mhm.
So this would be my feedback. I did not find any other mistake, as I said. These were not, grave mistakes or anything like that. So don't worry a lot about them. You're doing really, really, well, I feel. So just keep on doing whatever you're doing. It's clearly working for you, and keep on practicing as much as you can. Okay. Do you
Okay.
have any
Thank you so
questions?
much, Vinay. Thanks to you. No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have any question. It was
Okay,
really
okay.
nice session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope that you had a fruitful conversation with me, and I hope that we will be able to catch up again with another topic.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye. Have a good